Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
All right, welcome to Rick's Corner. I have some people here today from Gold's Gym. I have Destiny Smith, right?
Yes.
And Doug Phendler, and that's her client. And we're going to talk about how he got into shape and what she did to get into the shape. And did you win the Gold's Challenge?
Well, I won the local one and I was second national.
Well, that's pretty big.
Well, it was pretty nice, but
I want to know about the transition, where you started at first, as far as weight and what you were doing with yourself.
well, there's some of the metrics. When the weigh-in, I was 176 pounds. At the end, I was 155, so a 21-pound loss. Body fat, I don't remember the exact numbers. Maybe I was in the mid to high 20s body fat. And at my lowest, I was 13%.
Oh, wow.
So those are, I don't have other measurements like, circumferences and so forth. But
I don't either.
those are two that
I've never done that in my life.
I did it a long time ago, but nothing recent.
Somebody said, how big are your arms? I don't know. I take a 35 sleeve length. Does that matter? And how did you train him? What'd you do?
Well, I just tried to basically, build on him more, like the chest and, then the legs. And I just went bit by bit with him. And we designed our sessions pretty much, I think it was like different month, each month. It was starting
we
to
had,
change.
before the contest, we'd had some, a number of maybe 6 months of history, so we kind of knew each other. Then the contest came around and said, let's do it. So then it got serious.
He was my client then.
Yeah, but you're a focused trainer.
Yes.
I always tell you that.
Thank you.
You work hard with your clients, and then you got to work hard for her because she expects things out of you.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things. If she expects it out of me, I didn't want to disappoint her.
Hey, look, if you're going to train, I train guys out in the ring. If they don't learn how to wrestle and do what I want, I get rid of them.
Well,
You're not going to be serious and come out and do what I ask you to do and say, oh, it's too hard, then don't come.
Well, I'm a teacher. Part-time teacher, and I tell my students, I can teach, but you have to learn.
Exactly.
And so with Destiny, she can train, but I have to do it. So
right,
she does her part, and I did mine.
How do you have the body parts worked out for him on days?
Well, it just depended. As Doug was saying, we had a bit of a history, so he did have some, limitations when I first met him. So we had to, work on, being able to have proper form and correct.
The shoulder injury from wrestling, and so worked around that.
I got
a
those
lot
too.
of ab work was important. I always think that the ab work is really important. The ab work and then the hips, and once we get everything in line, then you can work on the building the shoulders and the chest. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to build his chest because he wasn't really an overweight person. He just wasn't as fit. As
he needed to fill out.
Yes, and as you know, I mean the competition is all about numbers and things like that. They want to see more muscle mass in certain areas and things like that, physique. So I just really wanted to focus on that. But to focus on it, he had to get his core strong, and and his hips. I had to get.
Was there a lot of competition?
Don't know. Because I don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
I know you saw something like 700 plus Gold's gyms across the country.
Oh my God, there's a lot.
Who knows how many
huge.
entered in each of those? And I'm in the 60-year-old division, so. But I don't have any other numbers other than there was at least one other guy because I was second, so at least one other.
I used to say to somebody, you enter a contest and you're by yourself and you take second, something's still wrong.
Yeah.
Second place nationally. That's just it's huge.
That's enormous.
Yeah, I was very pleased with that, but I had a lot of faith because Doug always showed up on time and followed direction perfectly. There was a lot, nutrition is 8% of it, right?
Key.
Because as trainers, we do our job in the gym, but then they walk out the door. We don't know what they're doing.
That happens all the time.
But
You
Doug
almost
kept
have
in
to
touch.
monitor the refrigerator.
Doug kept in touch.
Well, that's when she would have a nutrition plan for me, and something I never had, which it was actually so nice. Go to the gym, I'd go by myself, and I'd have to figure out what am I going to do. I'd look around and have a plan, what's available. She had a plan every time. I never had to think about it. I didn't have to put the weights on. I didn't have to take the weights off. All I had to do was work out, and she did everything else, and that allowed me to focus so much. It was just incredible. And then, by the way, here's your meal plan. If somebody gives me a plan, I can follow.
I totally agree with that because some people come in the gym, they're lost. They don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Oh, I use that machine. What's that one do? And then they do it all wrong. And then they go have a cheeseburger.
Well, I've been in gyms a lot, but my routines were probably from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Just do a few benches, a few curls, and she would have me doing stuff I never heard of.
There's nothing wrong with that. Those are basics. those work every time. Then you just add to them.
You know, the basics are always there for you, but it's
Yeah.
nice to throw in something new a little.
Totally.
But I stick with the basics. It's
Yeah.
if you followed it, to a T, I would just give it written up.
And in between sets or jumping rope or shadow boxing or something, so that there was no rest. It
Mhm.
was some kind of movement in between each set. I
Mhm.
think that really got my body fat down because you're always
Always
moving. It just felt great. I felt great the whole time.
When I'm feeling better than I do lately, or I still do it now, I do a cardio weight workout where it's nonstop in between sets and reps, maybe 15 seconds. And I still do it. I still think it gets the body in shape because you don't have really a big rest period. And I also think that I've been taught over the years that weight's the answer, but anything you put on resistance for muscle, like it could be bands.
Yes.
It's the same thing because the muscle doesn't know if it's a weight or a band. It's just got resistance. And then I started doing the increased reps thing. Do you do that?
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. I also like to. I have to say I went through a couple of times just to get something new and fresh and new ideas. I went through that Arnold Schwarzenegger's encyclopedia, and I love that. I like doing research on fitness. I really do.
Yeah.
So we just, we pretty much kept in a steady pace each month, and we tried to kind of stick with it. And then the next month it'd be something different. And also, when you mentioned about the bands and resistance, that's the kind of stuff that Doug and I were doing before the competition. I wanted to prepare him so that he wouldn't injure himself, or maybe injure less, because it's kind of hard not to injure yourself.
Well,
really.
I was like you. You probably did a lot of heavy weights in the past.
Yeah.
And it does catch up with you. That's why I'm walking like this.
Yeah, it was
Everything's sore.
dropped a weight or two on body parts. I'm okay, but
No, I've done that too. But I've been doing the higher reps this past week, just as an experiment. They're like really lightweight, like 10 pounds, 15 pounds. Like I would never have touched in a million years. But you do enough reps, you feel it.
Absolutely.
well, with her, we're doing something. I'm kind of mentally, okay, it's 20. We hit 20, and she goes, okay, 10. I got 10 more. I don't let her know. Okay.
Perfect.
I was ready to. 20 was on my mind, but she said 30. Well, we're doing 10 more. So that's what we do. Yeah, doing 20 and 30 rep sets was pretty common when we were working out. So sometimes not quite so much, but there's a lot of 20s and 30s.
That's a good way to go.
Yeah.
Also, as you know, being a trainer or teacher, you can look at your client's face and you just know if they can handle a little bit more, or maybe they need to stop.
No, you just torture them.
No.
What's your goal now?
Well, I have a body fat goal of 10%, so I'm going to start working towards that. I want to muscle up a bit. I'm right now I'm weighing about 165. I don't really want to gain weight per se. I don't mind I don't want to go over 170, so I can put on 5 or 10 pounds of muscle. But I like to get that body fat down. So I was down to 13, felt pretty good. I'm going to just do 10 just to see if I can do it and see what that feels like.
I don't go by the scale. I don't think I've weighed myself in 3 months, but I know I've lost weight because I just wasn't feeling great. But I like myself better lighter. But I used to go by the scale and say, oh my God, I gained a pound, I lost 2 pounds, I gained 5. And it would kind of rule me through my workout. And I thought, this doesn't matter. It could be water.
Well, yeah, doing this, I forget the numbers. I think losing that 21 pounds, but I think it was a 10-pound muscle mass gain. I believe it was 10, wasn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
So I'm like you. I can tell how I feel. I don't need to get on a scale.
No.
I do it once in a while just to kind of keep tabs on it, but it doesn't give you the fat muscle difference.
No, you can look in the mirror and wear clothes and see your difference.
Yeah. That's what I look at. Yeah.
It makes a huge
Or
difference.
your jeans, how they fit, their belts, or
Right.
anything. Yeah.
Right.
And also, once you gain the muscle, that muscle continuously helps you to burn all the time. Whereas, cardio is just for that particular moment. But if you got 10 pounds of lean muscle,
You'll burn more.
continuous.
Yeah.
Now, if you lose the muscle, of course, it's going to
No, that makes sense.
make a huge slowdown.
Now, if people want to find you to train them, where do they go?
Oh, just type in trainwithdestiny.com and you'll find me.
At your website?
Yes, and you'll see him.
He's
I'm
on
proud
there.
of him. He's just, that's the thing. I think most of us trainers, we really want somebody who'll listen because
Yeah.
we've got the design and it works.
It's very hard nowadays. Everything's so flooded with people and trainers and all that kind of stuff. But if you're good, you'll get your people.
Yes.
That's what it takes.
I enjoy what I do too.
Well, I know you do, because I see you every day, and I know you're really focused on what you're doing, and that's why you get good results.
Thank you.
I see other trainers that are on their phone and looking around, not even paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of that,
That's,
right?
yeah, that's
Well,
a
I
no-no
wanna-
in my book, yeah.
I want to double that because I see trainers and you're on the phone and they're looking off and Destiny's always walking around me like looking
no,
at
she's
this, looking at the
focused.
back, the front,
She's
this.
focused.
Put your foot, this far over this way, do that. And I said, I sit down. She hands me my water bottle, hands me my towel. I've never had that kind of attention.
It's like having a good wife.
Well, I've never been married, so I wouldn't have a good comparison there. But that would be nice to have a wife like that, I suppose.
Well, I don't know. When you get married, when you're married now, you're not going to get anything out of them. You're not helping you at all, so they go out the door. But that's okay.
But just having a trainer that allowed me to get in the zone and there was no chit chat. We would just do the next thing. So for that 50 or 60 minutes, and afterwards, okay, now we can socialize a little bit.
Did you work out today already?
A little bit, just a little bit, yeah.
What?
I did that. I walked 4 miles
That's great.
and just so light cardio, and then some light weights, just some high reps, just to get something. I like to do something every day. I'm not always successful, but it's always my intention.
No, you are
to
successful if you do something that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
And you look great.
Well, thanks.
I'm going to tell you right now, brother, you look great. But most people don't take the initiative to get out and do something. I have a friend that's a little overweight and he doesn't do anything, and I said, if you just get up and walk. Well, I can't, my feet hurt. I said, no, don't make excuses. Just go walk around the block a little bit here and there. Get yourself a stationary bike and pedal it while you're watching TV. Do something every day. Because when you sit, the body just gets stale and everything just falls apart.
Well, to me now with cell phones too, that's what I did. I walked for like an hour or a little over, something like that. Made 3 or 4 or 5 calls. I could sit in my kitchen and do it, or I can walk and do it. And I got a nice walking path up over there by the college. That bus path. I walk along that, so it's kind of almost like being outside. And you do a few conversations, all of a sudden you got 4 miles in.
Done.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, and also I'm sure you know that depression can set in when you're older and things like that. So exercise is really important. Moving your body is just really
I
important.
totally agree with that. I mean, I don't ever get depressed. I get a little tired and I get a little upset about the pain and stuff, but if I go to the gym, it opens my head and I feel good, and then my body feels good, and they work together, your body and your head work together.
I have clients that come in that are in their high 60s
Mm-hmm.
and they're a little cranky. And I just read them and I just say, how you doing today? And we talk for a little bit. And before you know it, by the end of the session, it's not as rigorous as the one I work out with Doug, but they're in a better frame of mind. So
I agree.
yeah, so everybody, should really, as you were just mentioning, it's not how much you do, but it's just do some.
Yeah.
Do some.
And I'm getting close to 80.
Really?
You are.
Wow. That's,
I would have never guessed.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I heard you say something about the 60s or 50s. Well,
No, I'll be 76 in July.
I'll be 64 next month.
Never thought I'd get this old.
And I won't.
It was like a long,
was gonna
it's
say
a long
that.
reach out there to get to this age, but then with that comes history and knowledge and experience.
Well, we want to have a good quality of life no matter what.
Exactly.
And when we're younger, we just we don't feel that we need it. We just
No.
seem to have it, But as we get older, we want to have that good quality of life.
Yep.
We can have it.
I think so.
Well, something I saw in one of your videos this morning I was watching, I thought, that guy thinks exactly like I do. I thought I was the only one. That's getting to the gym. So for people who don't want it, I lay in bed. Destiny's waiting, so I always make my appointment, so I'm going to be there. But
It's so easy to lay in bed.
But you get there, so I have this thing, okay, I got to get out of bed, got my gym clothes on. Once I'm out the door with my gym bag, okay, now I'm at the gym. And then you said something about the first set, and I thought, that's it. If it's cardio day, once I get the first few minutes in, okay, now I'm good. I get that first set in, now I'm there, but I have to get over that hump. And so some people, I think, don't appreciate, like I can't get out of bed. I've read about trying to get people to the gym. They tell them, just put your gym clothes on in the morning. We're going to take you one step at a time until you actually get there. And it's absolutely true.
I'll tell you one secret to my feelings about all this, and I'll tell all of you out there, is that I never start with the first set because that's the hardest one.
Yeah,
I always start with the second set.
I'm going to try that. That was a new one on me, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, because the first set's too difficult.
And then Destiny, I say I don't want to disappoint her, so I gotta. There's that little bit of extra effort, that little bit of, that I might not do it if I didn't have somebody.
You know how many people are just so happy just to stay home and do nothing?
Yeah, too many, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Well, they think they're happy. I'll tell you, for me, I always like to show, my results and Doug's results and say, just look at him. This man is a math teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, this is what we can accomplish these things in our
Math
life.
teacher, that figures.
I'm a math teacher.
That figured.
You know, you don't want to, you know,
Well, that's my
not listen to this man if you're in class with him.
that's my my mentally keeping in shape, and with Destiny, my physically, and that's pretty much that's quite a bit of it. So
I think it's all
really all plays together as well.
Well, thank you all for coming on here and giving me your time. And it is, again, your website.
Oh, yes, it's trainwithdestiny.com.
Okay.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.
No, thank you. And thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more Rick's Corner next week, as I will bring you more history stories. Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com. Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interest as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
It's Rick Drasin. He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.